Hi, my name is John Huntz, and I'm a sophomore at Winona State University. And I'm an independent study major, and what I plan to combine is skills with graphic design, marketing, business, and some mass communications. Um, from some job experience with graphic design, I haven't actually had a whole lot of actual paid job experience, but I have had done some things that have to do with graphic design for other people, such as I have designed for a class an entire CD case, front, back, the pamphlet, and then actually I printed on the CD itself. So I designed basically what you would see in a store kind of CD. And another piece that I have done is I've designed T-shirts for a group that they asked for, and that worked out pretty well. In 2012, I actually had been selected for a art conference in the Minnesota district for one of my graphic art pieces. I had that during senior year of high school. Hopefully in the last thing I have is hopefully in the future I plan on making a actual graphic design website that I can display some of my material to the world and see what their feedback is, and if I can become have it start a beginning of a business or something like that. Now switching over to the motivation of the reason why I switched from a graphic design major to an independent study major. Well, exactly the right away freshman year, I was a little shaky on what exactly I wanted to do and what I wanted to get out of college and what I wanted to do with my life, basically. And I personally believe that I'm a very creative person, and so I'm like, oh, graphic design, that sounds very appealing to me, and a job that will allow me to be creative on a day-to-day basis. But on the other hand, I have actually done a lot of research on graphic design, and it actually isn't pumped up to what it actually is. There are a lot of jobs that are in graphic design where you have no freedom for creativity, and I feel like I didn't want that exactly. I didn't want on a day-to-day basis be told exactly precisely what to do and how to do it. I would like to have some flexible rules and stuff like that. Um, and the second main reason I switched to an independent study major is because the graphic design field and job market is so big and has exploded in the past many years, and I wondered what could make myself stand out from the rest of the graphic design majors. So I thought that if I used the independent study major, and which would allow me to take courses that I feel like I would need for in my future and in my future occupation, why not take advantage of that and make myself a more well-rounded individual, which would appeal to jobs and people looking for jobs. And I figured that I would be a well-rounded, I'd be more flexible for what specific job I could, instead of just having one specific area I'm going into, I'll have more of a well-rounded base, which I feel like I would be more useful to a job or a company or anything like that. Um, the other thing is a individual study does allow me to take classes, pick and choose classes that I would want, that I feel like will help me in the future. And I felt like there were some classes that were in the graphic design field that I felt like were not as helpful, and if anything, I felt like I could be taking other more important classes than what was originally the plan. Like I said before, I want to combine graphic design, mass communications, marketing, and business together. And basically, my overall ideal goal is to basically have the tools and the idea and the power to actually start my own business and know more about business instead of just knowing about design and different types of art programs. I would I would know more about that, but then I would also be able to run my own business and be able to specifically focus on what I want to go into and what I want to do with my life, and I feel like that's extremely important to me. So once again, my rationale is that I would like to combine my computer art skills with my interest in business, so to differentiate myself in the job market. And in the future, I would like to have the power and necessary skills to run my own business or run my own company around design, because design is a big exploding industry and area in in today and in the future, and I feel like I will be more well-rounded and better off with this major. My 5 cross-functioning skills and work values that I feel like are fit good with my personality and with my kind of work ethic. Number one would be social skills and social in the social skills, but more in the social perspectiveness, and which means we are aware of other people and how they react to things and how they understand things. I feel like I'm good at communicating and making sure that everyone understands, and if someone is misunderstanding or upset or not on the same page as I am, I can usually tell that, and I feel like that is one of my major strengths, is communicating with other people that I don't necessarily get along with, or just trying to communicate my idea and get that moving through more people in a large group or in a small group setting. My second fun functioning skill for work values would be complex problem solving. I like taking on big tasks and knowing that I'm not going to be able to solve it right away. And basically it's identifying complex problems and reviewing related information to develop and evaluate options and implement solutions. So I also really like taking major problems that we have in current society and breaking them down and trying to figure out, well, why does this happen and how can we fix it, and who needs it the most. And complex solving is complicated and time consuming, but in the end I believe that it's very rewarding in the end. My third one would be technical skills, such as programming. I'm right now taking classes on computer programming for designing websites, and I have now experience on using HTML5 and CSS, and designing and using that type of programming and implementing it into like an online website in order to um, provide my information and product to people around the world. And the World Wide Web is an insane growing thing, and I believe that it's important to understand and know how to use it in order to be successful.